I love my coffee in the morning. Man, wake up next to my wife, get my cup of coffee, and my day has literally been made. Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy CowboyJobu, and you're watching the Jobu Sports Report live from the Jobu Sports Desk. Man, I always say you can't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. News is always out there breaking. But even when news isn't breaking, you get some that try and make the news up. Had a great live stream last night. We had a winner last night of a piece of Dallas Cowboys history here. Some lettering from one of the signs that hung up from the Texas Stadium. And we're going to be doing more drawings and stuff to help raise funds for our road trip and stuff. So anybody who did a super chat or anybody who does any donations to the channel, their name is going in the bucket, and we're going to be doing drawings on each of our live streams. So, we're looking out to spread the mojo to all you fans. But while we were doing the live stream last night, somebody said Zeke Elliott was seen partying at a club. And I was like, oh, shit, here we go. And I was like, I didn't see any alerts because, I've got Bleacher Report, I've got 12 Up, I've got the NFL, I've got alerts, so anything happens, somebody sneezes, generally speaking, I'll get an alert about it, and I'll start investigating it. But Zeke Elliott is such a polarizing figure that if something happened with Zeke Elliott, phone would literally explode. But there was nothing. So I investigated last night, and it was a TMZ report. And I'm looking at it, and it's DJ Malone, Post Malone. I'm sorry, I'm old. I just don't have time for music. Says he partied with Zeke Elliott and got weird. That's the captions, the headlines. Partied with Zeke, got weird. Okay. What's the weird part? Your mind just starts racing in all different directions. Let's actually go to TMZ's clip, and then we'll talk about it.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
You're a big fan of the Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
What do you think's going to happen with Zeke Elliott? Like, Jerry Jones says he wants him back.
Yeah, I think honestly last year they fucked with him really hard, and that fucked with our season.
Yeah.
I think you take a sophomore player and then fuck with him enough, and I think that fucks with the whole chemistry of the team. Are you playing or are you not playing?
Yeah.
I think Zeke is a great football player, and I think I want to see what he did wrong. I want to see the proof of what he did wrong.
Like, so you kind of think the accusations were a little, you said
well,
before.
I mean, there's text. There's text from the girl saying, I'm going to ruin your football career. And no one seemed to care about that. They just kind of wanted to push that up to the side and then blah, 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 blah. I think Zeke is a great football player, and I met Zeke.
Yeah.
And I think
how was that?
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I think he's a good guy, and I think he deserves to play in the NFL.
Cool. Did he express admiration for your music?
I mean, I don't know. We were kind of, we were partying. We're getting weird. He's a good guy. Cool. And he's a genuine football player, and he is good for the team, and I think the chemistry all comes together perfect. And listen, I want nothing more than the Cowboys.
Yeah. So this guy was going to his car. They approach him, knowing he's a Cowboys fan, and start asking him questions about Zeke Elliott. And the amazing thing is the headlines, partied with Zeke Elliott, got weird. Which all of 2 seconds of this whole thing, he talks about how Zeke Elliott was railroaded, how there was the text messages, how he's a great football player, how he is a true football player, that he's a great guy, and that, we once partied together and it got weird. But the way the captions are put up there, they make you think, oh my God, Zeke Elliott's a freak. Zeke the freak is true. He got weird partying. And it made you think that it was just like, it just happened. We don't know when this happened. This could have been 2, 3, 4 years ago. But again, it's TM Sleaze. trying to get Zeke Elliott. Now, here's the thing. You know what I'd love for you to cover, TMZ? Because right now, clearly, Zeke Elliott is trying to do the right thing. He's trying to stay out the limelight. He's focusing in on football, and you guys are trying to pull him and make him look like the bad guy. Why don't you guys investigate somebody who just got arrested for drunk driving? Somebody who blew a .15 and drove the wrong way in the Lincoln Tunnel, Donahue from the Jets. Why don't we find out about his party habits? How about that? You know? I'd love to find out what party he went to. Alden Smith, maybe? Have the police found him yet? Maybe you guys could do a service and you could find him and find out what's going on. Because this is ridiculous, this obsession that you have with Zeke Elliott to make sure that everybody thinks he's a bad guy. Because what happens is this. You go through, do this article, and what do you make sure you put a clip of? You make sure you put a clip of Boobygate in there. Even though there is no news on Zeke Elliott, you drag up a rapper who talks about how great a football player he is and says, yeah, we partied one time and got weird. And you splash it in big headlines. You put the picture of him and Boobygate. And the takeaway from the average person is who doesn't investigate or realize that this is crap is Zeke Elliott parties weird. He's still partying, even though it could have been 2-3 years ago. You are soiling the man's name for those clicks. And it's time you guys got called out on that crap. Yeah. Well, guys, they tell me don't quit your day job. It's time for me to leave the Jobu studio and head for my day job. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Jobu, and trying to give you the real deal. See you soon.
Hey friends, Cowboy Jobu here at the Jobu Report. The Dallas Cowboy fans are elated. The Redskins fans, not so much. How about them Cowboys? Wait a minute.
They have the most comfortable hats.
What the fuck? Talk about your confused fans. But who cares? The Dallas Cowboys beat the Washington Redskins for the third time in a row at FedEx. Gotta love it.